you are one of the challengers to the Anti-Terrorism Act. And of course, you are aware of the blocking of 27 websites by the NTC upon request of the National Security Council. Could you give us your thoughts on this and what might be the options for those websites?
Well, those websites have not been designated by the Anti-Terrorism Council as terrorist groups. They have not been designated. The Anti-Terrorism Council designated the CPP, the Communist Party of the Philippines, the NDF, and the Central Committee of the CPP, but not these groups. And under the Anti-Terrorism Act, the only consequence of being designated as a terrorist group, designated, that's different from proscription. The only consequence of being designated is that the AMLC, the Anti-Money Laundering Council, can freeze the assets of these entities that are designated as terrorist. That's all. They cannot shut down the website because that will be in violation of freedom of expression, and only the court can order the shutting down of a website because that is a freedom guaranteed by the Constitution. It cannot be abridged without due process. And due process means there must be a case filed in court before an impartial tribunal, and you are represented by counsel, and you can present your evidence. And that never happened. They were just shut down. So that's clearly a violation of freedom of expression.
Yes, sir. But, sir, the NTC in its website claims that it has exclusive jurisdiction over all telecommunications matters. I don't know how far that goes, but that's what
NTC
it
has
says.
no power to shut down any website. They have to get a court order, especially when the website is a news platform, because that is an exercise of freedom of expression. They cannot just close down. They have to, it's like a newspaper, on printed newspaper. The equivalent of a printed newspaper is an online newspaper. Like your show, it cannot just be closed down by the NTC. They have to get a court order. There have to be a basis.
Pero, sir,
And
wala ho bang
more
paghihimay
given an
doon?
opportunity to be heard.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Pero, sir, legally ba wala ho bang paghihimay doon na NTC can order, for example, the ISPs, as it did, it merely ordered the ISPs to block these websites. Again, we're not lawyers, so what we're trying to figure out here is hanggang saan ang jurisdiction ng NTC when it comes to making these
The
things.
National Security Council has no power to order the shutting down of any website.
Yeah.
Especially websites that are engaged in news dissemination. That's freedom of expression.
But-
freedom of
So what's the legal process here? Do the website operators appeal to the NTC or do they go direct to the Supreme Court?
Well, they can write the appeal to the NTC if they want, but that will be useless. They must go to court right away.
Freedom of expression issue on a freedom of expression issue, or they're going to challenge the Anti-Terrorism Act?
They will challenge the order because if you look at it, the ATC never designated these websites as or the website owners as terrorist groups. It's just the NSC. So in fact, the ATC is washing its hands. They said we did not do anything. So what the website owners should do is to bring NSC to court and also the NTC for implementing the order or the request of NSC.
Would this be an opportunity to revisit the Anti-Terrorism Act? Would it be an actionable issue?
Well, I don't think, because the Anti-Terrorism Council said we have not designated them at all. So it's difficult to bring in the Anti-Terrorism Council because they're washing their hands so off. This is a completely ultra vires, unauthorized, illegal act of the National Security Council.